Subarus are generally known as the Yobbomobiles to end all Yobbomobiles. Panels painted in 50 shades of primer grey? Check. 47-inch fart can out the back? Check. Unwell sounding engine with a squeaking fan belt and a touch of rod knock? Check. No wonder most hear the sound of a flat 4 engine is beckoning.
The imminent arrival of a moron.
But ladies and gentlemen, boy howdy will you be pleased to know, that there will be no atrociously looked after 3rd Gen Rexes on today's video. Let's take a trip back to the 90s and see what a good Subaru is really like. That, ladies and gentlemen, is why you buy a Subaru. Whether you like the sound or not, you cannot deny that 8,000 RPM is something special. That is something else, without question. The owner of this one dying at 160 kilowatt and 310 Newton meters at all 4 wheels. And it feels like more than that, man. This thing is no slouch. And yet, at the same time, you've got space to fit all your mates in the back. The steering wheel feels really, really cool. I love the gauges on it. Super clear, easy to read, and it has everything you need. You know, it's put an aftermarket radio in it, so you've got Bluetooth, it's got air conditioning. The seats are really comfortable, and it rides really well too. That's something else that really surprised me, is that it's actually not uncomfortable in the slightest. That said, the sound of the exhaust dominates the experience in this car. In my Accord, if you're not on the throttle, it doesn't really make much noise, but in this, you can always hear it droning away back there. But the thing I love about this car most of all is that it's proven to me that all-wheel drive can be fun. For the longest time, I have not liked all-wheel drive cars because I feel like it takes away some of the fun of being able to spin the wheels or go sideways in the case of a rear-wheel drive car. Like in the case of the R Sport that I reviewed, that you can see by clicking up here, it just didn't make enough power to be able to really need or use the all-wheel drive, and all you were really doing is just taking away the fun that comes from kind of chirping the wheels in a low-power car. And then obviously if you go the other way and you go to rear-wheel drive, well, when you switch to all-wheel drive, then suddenly you can't go sideways anymore, and it's kind of like, what are you gaining here, right? But this has fundamentally changed my perspective, because it's shown that if you set an all-wheel drive car up right, like this, it's able to both put down power well and handle really, really well, and you can give it some beans out of the corner, and there are not many cars that could do that. That is uncanny how quick you can go through these corners, and it just has that slingshot acceleration out of the corner that you just cannot get with anything that's rear-wheel drive or front-wheel drive. Like in my car, the only real G-forces you feel through corners are the sideways ones from the grip of the tyres. But in this, you get that kind of diagonal one because it's both acceleration and sideways, which is quite a surreal experience. Put it down into 2nd gear here, give it some beans out, feel the front end starting to wash out, then you give it some beans. And I don't know how it does it, but it just hauls you out of the corner, and just the level of speed is truly sensational. Heel toe is really nice. You just bang it down the gears. The transmission has really short throws. It's just so easy to drive, and puts such a massive smile on your face. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I do feel like a bit of a yob, but being able to just go is just like, you can't do that without all-wheel drive. You need all-wheel drive to be able to do that. Man alive, this thing sounds utterly sensational. Like, just listen to this. Like, that is amazing how well it pulls in 1st gear, and 2nd and 3rd. It just keeps on going, man. So there we go, my final thoughts on the WRX STi. If you want a car that can just do everything really, really well, i.e. make big power and put it down, handle well, have amazing driving dynamics, everything in here is just so direct and awesome to use, then you're going to absolutely love this car. And I see without question why these things are worth so much. You've got a great engine, a great transmission, Subaru symmetrical all-wheel drive, an 8,000 RPM redline. Oh my gosh. I think that's enough said. This car is awesome. Go out and buy one. You'll love it.